The old Rinkwell Manor had been abandoned for decades, but it was far from lifeless. Many spoke of the whispers that seeped through its walls at night, a haunting melody that chilled the blood of anyone who dared to listen. Evan, a struggling journalist desperate for a groundbreaking story, decided to investigate the manor despite the village's warnings. As he crossed the rusted gates, a cold wind howled, and the once grandiose structure loomed before him, casting elongated shadows in the moonlight. Inside, dust-coated furniture stood like sentinels in time, and the air was thick with an unshakable sense of dread. Evan's flashlight flickered sporadically. The deeper he ventured, the more suffocating the silence became. Suddenly, a child's laughter echoed through the hallways. Heart racing, Evan followed the sound to a decrepit playroom. In the corner, an antique doll sat propped against a wall, its eyes following his every movement. The laughter ceased, replaced by an agonizing scream that seemed to come from the floor itself. Evan froze. Pulling his camera from his bag, he documented every inch of the room, but found nothing out of the ordinary except the doll, which seemed to have shifted positions. Descending into the manor's basement, Evan discovered a series of cryptic symbols carved into the stone walls. The air grew colder, and his breath formed clouds in the dim light. The symbols told a story of betrayal and vengeance, a family cursed to suffer eternally. A sudden thud from behind made Evan turn sharply, only to find the doll from the playroom at the base of the stairs. Its head twisted cruelly to one side, a sinister grin now etched on its porcelain face. Panic surged as the whispers began anew, louder and more urgent. They spoke of a dark force lurking within the manor, feeding on fear and despair. Evan's mind raced as he tried to find an exit, but the house was a labyrinth designed to trap souls. The walls seemed to tighten around him, and spectral figures flickered in his peripheral vision. Each step became a battle against the overwhelming terror that gnawed at his sanity. Reaching the main hall, Evan saw the front door wide open, a frigid gale blowing in. Summoning all his strength, he sprinted towards it, but as he reached the threshold, an invisible force yanked him back into the darkness. The whispers ceased, replaced by a deafening silence. Months passed, and Evan's disappearance became another ghost story whispered among the villagers. The Rinkwell Manor stood as it always had, menacing and patient, waiting for the next soul to wander into its clutches.